Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their Pro Bowl quarterback in his 8th season now in the league, Russell Wilson.
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he probably just tell them, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Here's the offense, and we give you too much power here. We let you highlight the player. Why'd you choose Zeitler?
Because I think the big guys up front never get enough credit. Kevin Zeitler, a guard, tough, nasty. We've got to give him some love.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Let's go. First down, Eagles.
Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Let's go.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Check 53.
First down, Philadelphia.
Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
I played college football at the same time as T.J. McDonald's father, Tim. And what a great player he was. T.J. definitely is following in his father's footsteps.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
The left side caught by Diggs. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 2 there. And it's third down. On third down, Wilson. This is caught by Antonio Brown. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
It's not often we start a game talking about an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, he was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. For the Eagles, a look now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And when those add up into big mistakes add up into points against you.
now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Let's go, baby.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down, and this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the ball is knocked out, and the Packers pick it up. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now it's Freeman. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Aaron Donald on the stop. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 1.
On 3rd down, Cousins. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Throwing is Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles defense able to hold. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Packers' 40-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson sets up the screen to Gordon. And some room to roam now. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Eagles.
Push him back. Push him back. 55's Mike.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Let's go,
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Throwing is Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal.
55. Right there. 55.
On third and goal, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26.
At the 26.
Running right, this is Freeman. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
It's a gain of 6.
Here we
Makes
go.
it third
Here we
and
go.
4.
Here we go.
Cousins from the gun on third. And this is going to be incomplete.
Intended for Ken John Barner. Incomplete. Sets up.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Crowder now to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over first and 10. Here now a look at Melvin Gordon. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. And now this pass brought in by Brown. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. 4 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
Watch it, that's right, baby. They don't want it. Jim.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson, that's to the right side, complete to Kittle. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Wilson now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They run it here with Gordon. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 6-0 our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
And Diggs has it. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On third down, Wilson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Timmy Jernigan with a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So on fourth down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Let's go. We got this. Hey, watch that.
No gain on the dump off at second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On second down, it's Freeman. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
Partner, we've seen Melvin Gordon do it a variety of ways running the football. How about that last run? Had a little shake and bake to it there, didn't he?
He did.
Kind of reminded me of when he was at Wisconsin and what he did in Nebraska. His last year there, 408 yards in a single game. At that time, that was the NCAA rushing record, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then a week later, Samaje Perine broke his record with 427 yards against Kansas. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Hyde. Carlos Hyde. See you later. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carlos Hyde. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. On second down, Cousins again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Throwing, Cousins. And an alley to run. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Throw left side, complete to Scott. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I would say it might be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Here now, a look at Melvin Gordon. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Let's get off the field,
To throw again on second down. Wilson, this one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 7 yards there and a first down.
Let's go. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. I'm coming after you.
They go play action with Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for Philly. 43 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And he'll snag about 5 yards down in the 32. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, a give to Hyde. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Now Gordon. And an alley to run. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
6 man.
They'll run. Hyde. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
53, check 53.
One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal. Oh, they go with a tight end carry, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
53's mine. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
I like the idea to mix it up.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Now Cousins. And finding Pruitt. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Look at this, a tight end carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Check. Watch the before. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
54.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You must be dreaming. Take 4, take 4.
On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw is Wilson on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown, complete. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Let's go.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Timmy Jernigan, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt when the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Tavecchio puts this one through, and that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half, Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, Charles, thanks very much. Welcome in, everybody, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's take a look at what we've got on tap as we wrap up the first quarter of the NFL season. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they'll host the Washington Redskins. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, a good one in the Bayou. A couple of division winners from a year ago. Cowboys, Saints, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys are on the road to Blowout City. They lead it big, as we send you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-round. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
You think you gonna get this?
They go play action now. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
I'm scared.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. But it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Right there in the middle, 55.
In your face.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you could see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Wilson's pass intended for Jameson Crowder.
Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Cousins going deep for Moncrief. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. There's Wilson to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And this one's back to an 8-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time, and that'll make it 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. This is Freeman. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Cousins completes it to Moncrief left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Cousins gets it off to Freeman. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. It's Barnes, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Alex Barnes with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Wilson. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Wilson now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, that's caught by his tight end, Uzama. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've gotten right back in this ballgame after a very sluggish first half. Back when you played, after a bad half in the locker room, is it usually the coaches or sometimes the players who are the most vocal?
It's usually the coaches. But I do remember one time in particular where the coaches started to talk about what they wanted us to do in the second half. And a couple of leaders stepped forward and said, Coach, we've got this. And pretty much ushered them out. And they delivered the halftime message. It worked, too. We played much better in the second half and came back and won.
Well, whoever said something at halftime, it's working right now. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Intended for number 85. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now Wilson completes it to the tight end Kittle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Now left side on the swing pass. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 7 yards there and a first down.
I got one. Check 13. Check 13.
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown.
Antonio Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game.
Makes the score Eagles 30.
So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And a nice gain at 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. A first down throw for Cousins. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Royce Freeman, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. On play action, Cousins. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The sack by Terrell Suggs.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown. And he's been pretty good under the lights here tonight, hasn't he, partner?
He certainly has, and I applaud him for that because I don't know what it's like for you, but to me, preparing for a night game involves a little bit more. Trying to hold your intensity, hold that edge throughout an entire day of waiting to get out there and play. You know, the meetings, what time you're going to eat, all of those things. He's harnessed it very well. It's turning in a nice performance.
He's closing in on 100 yards. For me, it's all about the afternoon nap for a night game.
I like the way you prep. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Gordon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line.
We got this.
2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
First down.
Now Gordon on first down. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And this will go to the 28-yard line.
53 to Mike, 53. Check 53.
First down, Eagles.
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hyde. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Check 53. Check 53.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
53 is the mark.
Now Wilson. This one caught by Crowder. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup. Leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And there he had to break multiple tackles to earn that touchdown. Bottom line, he earned that touchdown.
Indeed he did. That was pretty much a get off of me run and all the way into the end zone.
Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2.
Mike 53. I got him.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Cousins, and the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Cousins. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. They get the all-pro guard there, Quentin Nelson.
Here we go.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw.
Again, it's Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
To the air again, it's Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
53 is the mic. Rip right. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
You got it.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. This is Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Weil now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 23. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by 15. Less than 90 seconds to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. To throw is Cousins. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. To throw, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Cousins now. This will be caught inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Hey, eat. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Eagles, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.